Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Tallybook Troubleshooting. I'm your host, Keith Stelter. Show brought to you by Arc Energy. We process your energy. And today I have a great guest, CEO of Ellison Fluid Calipers, Jason Ellison. The name seems related there, I would imagine. If you don't know Jason, go to his LinkedIn page, check out his background, his history, and let's start with the problem. What was the problem you were facing, Jason?
First of all, thanks for having me. Greatly appreciate it. Our problem is our customer's problem. A lot of them have trouble circulating cement back to surface, especially in certain areas around the Permian Basin for sure. There's some areas, especially near the Pecos River, that just wash out considerably. And they have some big problems knowing the exact volume that they need to circulate back to surface. And
for anybody out there that isn't too familiar with the oil field or maybe downhole processes, a well is drilled, casing is run, and then cement is pumped down and comes up around the casing. At least that's what's supposed to happen, right,
that's what's
Jason?
supposed to happen. That's right. And we have a great video on our website that can get into the weeds a little bit on exactly how we do what we do. But we've had some customers that had very large washouts, and they would have had a very bad problem on their hands had they not circulated back to surface. Thankfully, they had us out there. We gave them a good volume. They ordered a whole lot of extra cement, and they were able to circulate. They didn't have to do a remediation job or have the Railroad Commission breathing down their neck.
So how did you know that they had this big washout, and how did you solve the issue? What expertise did you bring?
So in general, we know the area because we've been doing this for over 40 years. Over 40,000 have been run in the Permian Basin in 40 years. So we have a general idea of certain areas have larger washouts than others. However, until you actually get there, you don't know. You could drill a hole here, skid the rig 50 feet, and it's completely different. You know, different driller, different drilling fluid. It all can change.
That's why I love the industry. It's a new day every day.
That's right. That's right.
So for how it works, basically you have this fluid, you know the volumes, or at least what they're expected to be, right? How do you know how much volume has been pumped through? How do you guys go about doing that?
Okay, so we run a marker down hole. The marker that we use is buoyancy neutral, so it absorbs whatever drilling fluid system that they're using. It doesn't rise or sink in the fluid, so whether you're using fresh water, brine water, oil-based mud, doesn't matter. That way you get a true circulation time, and then once you get it circulated back, then the true magic happens in our algorithm behind the scenes.
Oh, magic word, algorithm. Everyone's going to love that one out there. So we deal with it a lot online as well. So you pump this marker, and it comes back to surface. So it goes all the way down, for you guys don't know, comes out the drill, bottom of the drill pipe, comes back to surface. Am I getting that correct?
Drill bit, yes.
Drill bit,
Yep.
And so then knowing how much fluid pumped is going to be pretty important as well, right?
That is very important. That's the very first step of our process. And then without getting super technical, we have an algorithm that corrects back for some different things. So the pump size, the pump volume, the hole size, the viscosity of fluid, all of these affect how our marker flows in the annulus. And we correct back for all that to give them a good, accurate volume.
So if they don't have an accurate volume, what's some of the problems they can run into?
They could be short cement and not circulate, and then you're having to do a remediation job. Or even worse, or I guess maybe not worse, depends. They might pump way too much cement, thinking that they have a large washout, and they don't have a large washout, and then you're just putting a bunch of cement to the pit, which is just a waste. And if you're in New Mexico or in the closed loop system, you have to haul that stuff off. It gets very costly.
Understood. Well, I appreciate you coming on and chatting with us,
Absolutely.
sir. And if you're wondering about cement volumes, Jason Ellison is the guy to talk to. Thanks for coming on, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
And once again, coming from the Petroleum Museum in Midland, Texas, thanks again for having us here. Till next Tuesday, everybody.